Quick update on the 616. I started cleaning and just want to kind of go through what I do for cleaning. This is stained, varnished, or actually probably lacquered. So what I did on this is I ended up just using Murphy's oil soap, and it's a safer cleaner for these older finishes. I did that, but then the remainder of the cabinet, this was all yellow, if you remember from the last video. I'm still working on the bottom. You can see it's getting clean. The left side, there's the bottom. You can see the right side. You see kind of where the line cut off. So what I did for that, what I do is I use Totally Awesome. This is a diluted mix, so 50-50. I spray that down, and then I don't like leaving the soap on there. I don't like just wiping it off and going through hundreds of paper towels. So I have a bucket of water. This is my second bucket already, in a actual rag. So I'll spray it down. Then I will wipe everything off with the rag, and that's how I get it nice and clean without leaving tons of soap behind. The other thing is this gives me an opportunity to assess what needs to be anything serviced or whatever. I got the speaker really pretty clean. Probably not going to take it off the space. I'll get a toothbrush and clean around there when I get all done. Just have to be cognitive of where the water is soaking into and to not do too much. Now these windows, I'm going to replace the plastic on those, but I can take those frames out from the front. So I'm going to continue getting the mech back in. The mech is over here. I have cleaned it up, basically took it out, degreased it, power washed it, and it's just been drying. I'm going to be putting that in as soon as the board gets refinished. So there we go, quick update on the 616. Ed from Pinball Mayhem here. Quick update on the 616. Let's start over with the cabinet here. I got the inside all cleaned out, or at least as far as I'm taking it. You can see the mech board. I did a little bit of refinishing technique on it. What I did is, as it cleaned up really nice, real nice, I took a product that I found, Restore and Finished, and I used that, which pretty much evened out many of the lighter spots that came up with, either a little bit of flaking or crack stain. And you put that on, wipe it off right away. Then I followed it up with a furniture wax. I just have this around. I gave it a good waxing with 4/0 steel wool and everything you do in the grain. And then I buffed that off with a clean rag. As you can see, it looks beautiful compared to what I started with. See, the interior sides are really good. Didn't clean the back side, the inside of that box. I have to get that later with, just put a towel down so I don't get cleaner on it. And I put a layer of wax on this, but because this is painted, I did not use steel wool. I just put some wax down and buffed it off with a small rag. Inside down here cleaned up well. Looks like over here there's something missing. I think that's the tone arm holder. Not really sure what this is. I'm pretty sure that's for the oil bottle. And this doesn't even have a spring on it. This is the cancel button. So I'm actually gonna put a drop of oil on that before I put it back together. The speaker, this is a 616A. See as with the chart down here. This has to come off, get a new cord, and also it's got to repair inside here. So that I'm actually not putting it back together till it's repaired. I'm gonna just fix one thing at a time. So the first thing is get the mech back in here. And that's what we're gonna do today. Or I'm gonna be doing today. It's gonna be hard to do it outside. So quick note, I actually found we have these brand new reproduction at work at Victory Glass. So those are really nice. I wasn't going to do it because it's like, how much work is it to cut it out? And now pre-cut like that, all 4 holes drilled to go right behind that plate. And there's a coin box I picked up for it. So here you can see those are the original washers. I tried to polish one up, but the chrome ones I got in there, repros, but we got them. So the mech has been cleaned, degreased, power washed, not fully disassembled. You see there's a little bit of residue here and there, but that's not the really important part. Now, since it's sitting out, I did do a quick chrome polish on anything that you're gonna see, and I oiled it. I use a Zoom Spout oiler, and I have an older Zoom Spout with a little bit thicker oil. So I used the Zoom Spout oiler on every pivot point, anything that moves. Not a lot, just a few drops here and there, like on the slide here. I actually left these dry. I don't think you're supposed to oil them. I don't want to unless you have to. But anything, it's going to be harder to get to once it's in, coming in from this way. So I made sure to oil this. I didn't really worry about the back drive because I'm going to be handling it. I don't need oil dripping on me. So that's not that important. But this is as far as I disassembled it. Motor's sitting behind the box on the other side. All electronics and switches are out for washing. And I took all the trays off on top. Those are all the trays, the tray brackets, the springs, all the associated parts. So this is as far as you have to take it apart to get it out of the machine. See, there's the drip tray for it. So the next step is going to be to put this mechanism in and continue assembling it with good used parts. I'm not going to put anything in like the amp until I replace the power cord, do the junction box after this is all done. But I want to get all this assembled and in. So that's the next step. So next video, you should see it looking mostly complete. There's one part that is not here. It's because I broke it working on the box, and it jammed because the trays were not lubricated. So that's actually, before I cut out one other thing, this, even after washing, had a bunch of grease on it. So I used chrome polish and 4/0 steel wool and just got everything off of these, because those trays need to slide freely. If they don't slide and return quickly, even if they're a little gummy, that's a stop. You have to take the whole thing apart, which sucks because there's 16 trays, 16 spacers, 16 springs, 16 link arms, one top tray. There's a lot of parts. The popularity meter's in the back of the truck along with the records. So there's a few things in there, but this is the majority of it. So make sure that's good and clean. And this is the shaft that those trays ride on. That's very important. If they don't spring back quickly, back up, you're done. Take that apart, clean it before you go any further. You will break stuff. And how long we'll be able to get stuff, I don't know. So that's what I got now. Hopefully by the end of the week, I got this thing mostly running. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more.